and welcome to the Kitchen Knitter podcast. My name is Suzanne, the Kitchen Knitter, and this is my little space on YouTube where I show you what I've been knitting. I live in the northwest of England, in Cheshire, with my husband. And it has been a while since I've podcasted, and it's true what they say, that if you don't do it regularly enough, you forget. And I've had, I don't know how many attempts at this. But I'm going for it this time, going for it. So, yes, it's been a while. Not for any reason, I suppose Christmas, we were away at Christmas, it was lovely. We were all in a cottage down in East Sussex near Rye. The cottage was in a village called Beckley, which was very, very nice. It was beautiful. And we were all together, which is lovely. That doesn't happen very often, and it was absolutely lovely. We were there with the children, grandchildren, partners, wives, husbands. It was lovely. Absolutely lovely. And my husband had a significant birthday too. That was the reason for us all getting together. My husband had a significant birthday 2 days before Christmas. This is Christmas birthdays. And mine's slap bang in the middle of the year. Brilliant. So, so I did take some knitting. I took these socks, which you've seen before, probably on more than one occasion. And this is the second sock. I still haven't finished off the toe, but that's one sock there. That's the trouble, all ends. And then this is the second one. So I'm on the home straight. It's a plain vanilla sock. The yarn is from Sherry Iris's book club collection, and this colourway is Wuthering Heights. Lovely heathery blue on the top there, and then lovely sort of caramels and rust. You can see the rust there. There's a bit of green in there as well, very pale green there. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And I should just get on with them and finish them, because to be honest, I'm sick of the sight of them. I'm wanting to get on with other stuff, and at the same time wanting to, I feel I should finish these things first, because that is the problem. I'll show you the yarn up close. See? There. And then there's the little ball of the heather. So I think I probably would have had enough to do toes as well. I always worry I'm not going to have enough, but anyway, doesn't matter. So that's what I decided to take away at Christmas, because I thought I didn't do an awful lot of knitting while I was away. I think a couple of times. It was nice. The setup was nice. There was like it had all been, the cottages had been fashioned out of the farm buildings. So there was one that was obviously a barn. It was long and thin, and that had been divided up into two cottages. And it had lovely sliding doors, big windows, because it was a beautiful view. It was a lovely farm. And then there was what I kept referring to as the big house, which was it was a house. It was all on one level, but it had a proper roof and chimneys and things, and it was a lot bigger. That had 3 bedrooms, and my daughter and my elder daughter and her family were there, because we all congregated. The kitchen was big enough for us all to sit around the table and sit around the fire. So we congregated there, but then she could put the children to bed, and we'd still all be, together. So it worked out really well. It was lovely. But we could, if we wanted to, go back to our separate little cottages. And they were all fully, you didn't have to have you didn't have to book all the accommodation. You could have just booked one of them. There's one, the barn conversion one was 2 bedrooms. 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. I mean, it was brilliant. And then an open plan kitchen table, and then 2 sofas and a television. I watched very little television over Christmas. And it was lovely. We could just come back and be quiet, just on our own if we wanted to. We cracked cracked open a bottle of wine and sat there in isolated splendour. And but then when we'd had enough of the quiet, we could go to the chaos across the yard. It was lovely. And when you came out of our cottage, if you looked to the left, there were two pigs. One was a black cross and was it a Gloucester Old Spot? And one was called Patsy, and I can't remember the name of the other one. But they got to realise that when we were coming towards them, we had food for them. The owner had said, don't give them onion and garlic for the reason is they don't like it. And if you give them a banana and they'll swallow it whole with all the skin on everything, take the stickers off. So we used to, we had salad and there were the vegetables that were left, nobody ate their sprouts and things like that. So the pigs enjoyed that. And they had a field day on the day we were leaving because of all the food that we had, because we ate in the cottages all the time. We didn't go out for a meal. We went out for a drink. We had we visited Ryan a couple of occasions. Merchanton Mills had to be perused, and they were dog friendly, so Stanley could come in, and there was a chair by the door for husbands who had no interest in looking around the shop, like mine. He was guarding Stanley apparently. He was looking after Stanley. So anyway, yeah. Yeah, it was lovely. So that was my sort of Christmas knitting, which I didn't do very much on at all. And the other thing that I keep picking up and putting down, because again I'm fed up with the sight of it, is my Tress. I believe it's pronounced Tress jumper from Isabel Kramer. And I'll show you the picture just to remind you. You've seen this I don't know how many times. So that's it's the Tress, and I think that's how you pronounce it, Tresse. So I'm knitting it in the Call for yarn, which is Vichy Bouche, lamb's wool and mohair, and this is soft green. Yes, soft green. So I'll show you. I have made more progress on it than the last time I showed you, but it's not. It should be finished. If I'm honest, it should be finished. So I'm now at the bottom and I'm doing the rib. And the pattern calls for a split rib, and I can't be bothered. I'm just going to do a rib, and then it's straight down for the sleeves. There's no pattern on the sleeves, so I should just crack on with it. And I think I've got to come back and do something with the neck edge there, but I haven't looked that far into the pattern. So, and that's the pattern a little bit closer. I think I've wobbled a bit on the pattern in a couple of places, but as they say, a blind man on a galloping horse wouldn't see that. Anyway, so that's how much I've done on this. I mean, I'd say it shouldn't take me long, but I'm just fed up looking. I started this last spring. And then it got too warm to knit, and I thought, oh, I've got ages. I mean, I won't be wearing this until the autumn, winter anyway. And there I am still. I'm still not finished. So there's that one. And because I've kind of got a bit fed up with everything I'm knitting, or I'm not liking what I'm knitting. I mean, I don't dislike this jumper. I don't dislike it, but I don't know. I don't know if I'll wear it. Don't know. So I've gone back to what I'm familiar with and the designs that I really like. And this was but I can't remember if I've ever actually shown you this. It's a Kim Hargreaves pattern in this book, The Wilder. And it's the Prairie. It's called the Prairie. I'll show you the there we are. It's that one. Now I can't remember if I've shown you this, because I did start it, and then there's a bit of the pattern there, if you can see it, and you have to do a yarn over on a purl row. and I was going completely wrong. And I mean, there's a YouTube thing for everything, isn't there? And I looked on YouTube, and I think I was wrapping it round too many times. This is the bit that I've taken off the needles. I haven't unpicked it, but it just looks. Am I showing you the right side? Hang on. Yes, there's my little stitch marker thing to say that is the right side. And it just looks too big. And I think I was wrapping it round twice, rather than kind of bringing it forward to the front of the work as you would have it to do a purl stitch, and then kind of wrapping it round. And I think what the demonstration was, you've got the yarn at the front of your work, and you just take it over the needle and then bring it forward and knit the purl stitch. And then, so you've just got it over the needle rather than, I'm not describing this very well, am I? You've just got it over the needle rather than around the needle, and I think that's where I was going wrong. But I've got this to compare with it, because I'm onto you cast on hundreds of stitches, and then you cast them off by degrees to get that little sort of this kind of effect, and then it's garter, and then you do a bit more garter, and then so we'll see. So I'm not even taking it off the. So I'm knitting this in Rowan, which is the call for yarn, Rowan hand knit cotton, and this is the colourway linen. And I just think it is such a pretty jumper, and it would blend it. What I need to start looking at is things blending in with my own style, or I don't really think I have a style, but my own, what I like to wear. And I think I would wear that a lot, because it's modelled over a dress. I mean, I wouldn't wear something like that, but it's modelled over a dress, so I just think it's really, really nice. So that's the other thing I'm doing. So I've gone back to the familiar, and now I think I know what I'm doing. I'm just I have to concentrate on this, so it's not something I would have in front of the television. But I mean, I was watching. I caught up with Miss Austen, the programme Miss Austen, last night. I hadn't watched the first episode. I think my husband was watching football or something like that. We've only got the one television. We don't have televisions in every room. So last night I caught up. He was reading his book, and I caught up with Miss Austen. I did the two episodes. So I did a bit of, well, I wouldn't have knitted on that one, would I? I was knitting on this one, and I think I probably did about that much. So instead of sitting there with a glass of wine, I got the knitting out. So that's the knitting. That's what I'm focusing on the needles. I've got a couple of other projects that are on the needles, but a couple of other pairs of socks, which you've seen before. But again, I think I've sickened myself with socks as well. But because I haven't finished anything, I'm looking to do some cast on a few new things. Again, I've gone back to Kim Hargreaves, and I want to knit this. I think that would be a really nice pattern to knit, and it would go nice with dresses, because that would sit. I mean, I never change much my style of dress, and that would sit. I wear a lot of the Ellis and Hattie dresses I make myself, and that would sit on the gathered bit. It would just sit really nicely. So, and that's knitted in felted tweed, I believe, which is a lovely yarn. So I want to knit that, and Was there another one? I think that's just, I've just put that with the, oh no, I actually like the look of this one too, but that one, I rather like that. But we'll see. I might be getting ahead of myself here, but there's another one in the Wilder which I've got the wool for, and it's this one. Again, I think cardigans are more useful to me than jumpers, so I want some cardigans. And this is knitted in 4-ply, Rowan 4-ply, Rowan Summerlight 4-ply, and I've got this colourway, and I'm going to knit it. It's called Pepper Pot, and I'm going to knit that. It's got a bit of a pattern, bit of interest. So that's another one on the cards. Oh, there was another one as well which I've forgotten to bring down. It was in the recent Knitter magazine, and it looks very vintage little cardigan. Again in Rowan yarn, kid classic. I'm also a bit fed up of holding mohair and the wool together. I think I'd like to just have one yarn. A less fuzzy thing. So I got a notification from John Arbon that they were doing a special edition, and by the time I got and read the notification, they'd sold out. But they dyed it up again, and it's this one. It's the Midwinter Special, and this colourway is called The Longest Night, and it is the most beautiful inky blue. If I do it like that, you might be able to see it better. It's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. And I bought 5 skeins, and I am going to knit. I just want to knit a very plain, either a jumper or a cardigan, because I'm knitting quite a few cardigans there. That's 3, possibly 4 cardigans that I've got on a waiting list, if you like. So I don't know, but I want to knit. It is absolutely gorgeous, this. So it is made up of 90% Exmoor blue-faced Leicester, Romney and Devon close wool, and 10% silk. So it's a lovely mix, and it's soft too. It's not. You could wear that next to the skin. It's lovely and soft, beautiful, and it's a sport weight. Now I'm not familiar with sport weights. I'm the DK and 4-ply girl, but I can't remember if this is heavy fingering or heavy DK. I'll need to remind myself of it, and I have looked into it. I just can't remember, and then decide what I'm going to knit with, what kind of a cardigan I'm going to knit with it. Lovely. And then Gaynor from Tales from Cuckooland, and she has another lovely vlog. I think it's a vlog, and it's just called Gaynor Jane, and that's a lot more of a lifestyle one. It's gorgeous, absolutely love it. And she went back to Les Family Yarn and dyed some more yarn. This is her spuddle, and I cannot remember what spuddle means. It's Scottish, but I cannot remember what it means. And I've got Love Gaynor on the ball band. So as other people did, not just me, she signed I think the first however many, and it is the most gorgeous caramelly pink. I think it's quite hard to describe, but I think I'm going to make a lacy shawl out of this. I knit a shawl with the Herkle Durkle, and then bought some more yarn and some floof, the mohair. and I'm not very keen on the shawl. I don't think I knitted it big enough. I wear it, but I always wear it thinking it's not long enough, and I might unpick it and put it with the other skein of Herkel Durkel and the Floof and make another, because I use that shawl all the time, and it's called Learning to Cry shawl from Helen Stewart Curious Handmade, and it's lovely. It's garter stitch with the sock yarn, the main, and then with the mohair it's like a feather and fan pattern. But I wear it loads, and I've had to repair it because the moth got it. I think either that or I caught it on something. I don't know, but I think I might do that. But this, I think, is going to be a lacy shawl, and I should go and look through. Curious Handmade does some nice lacy shawls, so I'll have a look. And also Twinsett and Pearl, they do some nice shawl patterns too. So I got 3 skeins of this. I also got an advent calendar. I haven't brought it down. I got a yarn advent calendar this year from Camel's Yarn, and it's absolutely beautiful. I got 25. They all come in boxes, and I've opened them and I've put them back in the box, and they're in the box. Perhaps I'll show it next time, because what I'll have to do is kind of put it on a long needle or something like that, so you can see. It's beautiful. It's the Beachcomber. I got the comfort knitting, and it was the Beachcomber, so it's all lovely sandy colours and caramelly colours, and oh, it's beautiful. And so I've got to think carefully about what I want to knit with that. I'm not into knitted blankets. I like woven blankets, but I'm not into knitted blankets. So again, think carefully about what I want to knit with that. So that's it. That's my update. I hope to come back soon with some more progress on my prairie jumper and some finished things. So I'm going to focus on those and have a think about what I want to do with these 2 lovely yarns. I think that, yeah, that's it. I'll wrap it up now. Well, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing, and I will see you soon. Thank you. Bye.